CBS News reporting live from San Francisco. I'm Heather with World News. I'm Kate Karla with Global News.
I'm Jackson Bennett with Sports News.
I'm Lindsay Medora with your weather updates.
I'm Karla with weather.
First, let's talk about the basics. How does a hurricane form? Hurricanes begin as tropical storms that form over warm, moist waters near the equator. The warmer that the water is, the faster that the atmosphere will cool off. Winds then blow in the same direction and force air upward from the ocean surface. More winds flow above the storm clouds, letting even more air below near the ocean to rise. The waters form an eye, which is like water going in a swirling direction, which is similar to a tornado. The faster this process goes, the faster that the storm will reach the land.
Kyle, Paulette, Marco, Vicky. These are some of the possible names for future hurricanes of 2014. Originally, hurricanes were given the names of saints who were honored on the day the hurricane would occur. Now, however, hurricane names are selected from a list of names selected by the World Meteorological Organization. The National Hurricane Center created 6 names of lists that are frequently updated and changed. The lists are then rotated and used again every 6 years. For example, the list of the names that were once used in 2010 will be used again in 2016. If there is a truly devastating storm that caused lots of damage, like Hurricane Saidie or Katrina, votes are taken to see if it would be wrong and disrespectful to use that name in a future storm in the 6-year period. If so, the name is removed from the list and replaced with a new one. Is your name on
And
the
here's your 5-day weather updates. Today in San Francisco, high 74, low 57 with a 0% chance of rain. Tomorrow we're going to have a high of 83 with a low of 60.
And I'm Jackson Bennett with Sports News.
Rooting for the Phillies this season? If that's the case, then stick around for our segment on our opinion on how they're going to do through analysis on their performance in the previous season. Hi, my name is Jackson Bennett, and I'm here with you on my analysis on the Phillies' performance last year and my prediction on their performance this year. One important thing to consider is the amount of injuries this season. Let's take a look at some. First off, we have Miguel Gonzalez out for a sore right shoulder, and currently we have no idea when he may be back. Then we have Cole Hamels out for biceps tendonitis, and they have him listed as coming back possibly on the 22nd of April. Next on the list is Ethan Martin, who has a strained right shoulder. Again, no hint of when he may be back. Finally, we have Darren Roof with the strained oblique, and he may be coming back in late April. That list seems pretty bad, doesn't it? Well, that's not all. We still have the fact that they have a new manager. The Phillies have had the same manager, Charlie Manuel, for 10 seasons, so with a new manager comes a new style. Rhino Sandberg has stepped in as the new manager for the Phillies. He has played for 16 years as a professional baseball player. He has played for the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies throughout his career. He is 54 and, in my opinion, pretty experienced. This team has one more thing in their way before the top of the league for them. That would be the bullpen. The bullpen last season was pretty sad, but first, for those of you who don't know what a bullpen is the definition of a bullpen. The bullpen is where pitchers warm up and stretch before going out on the mound and actually pitching. One player that makes the bullpen look bad is John Papelbon, who was previously a member of the Boston Red Sox and he debuted in 2007. John has blamed the fact that the entire team is underperforming in general for his troubles in the bullpen. Now let's take a look at what some people have to say about how they think the team will do this season. We asked some fans their opinions on what they think the Phillies will perform this season. First, we asked generally how the Phillies will do this season. Karla Doyle, as you've seen in our previous report, said, not well as they need players. Cade Ham said, I think they will do pretty decent. Matt Keating, with a very specific answer, said they will be third in their division. Then we asked what in their opinion is the biggest challenge they face. Karla, I think that the new manager will be the biggest challenge as he introduces a new style. Cade said the bullpen because it's bad. Straightforward. Matt, injuries because there are a lot of good players out. And finally, we asked who, if anyone, they wanted to see do well or improve this season. Karla said Ryan Howard, Cade Jimmy Rollins, and Matt Chase Utley. Well, there you have it, folks.
I am doing Caroline Powell and Jade Etherington in the 2014 Paralympics. Caroline Powell and Jade Etherington are a Paralympic team in the 2014 Winter Sochi Paralympics. The Paralympics are basically the Olympics, just for people who have disabilities. Caroline and Jade are skiers and have won 3 silver medals and 1 bronze. Jade has barely any eyesight, so she's in the eyesight disability part of the Paralympics. Caroline, Jade's sighted guide, is an experienced skier and has helped a lot with winning the medals. How did Caroline become a skier? She has learned at the age of 2 and has loved it since. She has begun to race at for Brentwood Park at the dry slope circuit at age 9, following onto the indoor snowdomes, winning various ways. I lost where I was. Okay, winning various races. Then her parents decided to put her in the Kandahar Race Club at the age of 13, where she started to race the real stuff. How do you think Caroline's past affected team's winnings, which is 3 silver medals and 1 bronze? Haley Strayer said it helped them do really well. Tatiana Healy said it helped because of the experience since she started so young. Marissa Maurer said, I agree with Tatiana, the experience helped a lot. Brianna Lemont said, I think it helped them win those medals. How did Jade lose her eyesight? Jade was born to Axenfeld syndrome, a genetic condition that causes fluid blockages in the eye and can lead to total blindness. She had 6 eye operations before the age of 12 and began to lose her eyesight at the age of 17. She now has less than 5% vision in both eyes and describes it as very blurry with little focus. What do you think about Jay's disability? Haley said she was coping really well with it for it being so bad. Tatiana said, I agree with Haley. Marissa also agreed with Haley. Brianna said it's upsetting, but it cannot stop her determination. How did their team come together? Jade's other guides hadn't been able to go with her to the Paralympics. One was getting married and the other had something else to do. This information is protected for personal reasons. The one who had other things to do suggested Caroline, and they had been friends since. They have reached most of their goals, other than getting gold, and look forward to trying out for the next Winter Paralympics. Together, they have won 3 silver medals and 1 bronze in their events. Could they have done better? Haley said they couldn't have. It's amazing how much they have accomplished already. Tatiana said possibly. Marissa and Brianna also agreed with Tatiana. I think they did awesome for their hard training and work. These athletes are simply amazing to me.
And I'm Saidie Curley.
Saidie Curley reporting with you your local news.
Recently this Saturday, there was a reported bald eagle death in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. According to the report, there was a dead male bald eagle found at the base of a tree that holds a very well-known nest in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. We were on the scene and we talked to Dennis Warfeld from the Pennsylvania Games and Commission's office. He said that there was no obvious sign of foul play by a human being, and that the eagle was most likely killed by the nesting pair for intruding their nest. The nesting pair has been seen since the incident. The eagle looked to have been dead about a week. The eagle was discovered by a group of tourists that came to see the nest. They said they were shocked to see the bald eagle laying dead on the ground. Also, they made a point to say that it looked to be the flesh of another eagle. That would also support the theory that the eagle was killed by the nesting pair for intruding. Eagle experts say that the eagles are very territorial, especially when the eaglets are nearby. The Games Commission said that eaglets likely were in the nest at the time, and that is what caused it. Bald eagle deaths aren't really a common occurrence here in Pennsylvania. The bald eagle is protected under the Pennsylvania Game and Wildlife Code. At the federal level, the bald eagle is protected by the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act and the Migratory Bird Protection Treaty Act. Therefore, the act of killing a bald eagle is legal, and you will be fined. There are times when death among the eagle species is an accident. Those people usually get a lesser fine than someone who did intend to do it. The species is actually doing very well in Pennsylvania. Annually, the population increases 15%. As recently as 1980, the state's known nesting population numbered only 3 pairs. In 1990, there were 8 active nests, 48 in 2000, and by 2006, the number cleared 100. This is the first time since DDT, which is a bug pesticide, nearly wiped out the species. In 1950s and 60s, that did happen. The increases continued into 2008, when the state's nesting period numbered more than 150 pairs. Currently, there are around 250, which is an all-time high for Pennsylvania. That has been recorded, of course. There are lots of ways that you can help save the bald eagles. There's, of course, the obvious ways, like not hunting them. Then, there are things you probably do, but do not think about, like hunting or killing all of their resources. The eagle's diet consists of 70 to 90% fish. Just as humans require a varied and balanced diet, bald eagles do not exist on fish alone. The remaining 10 to 30% is from small mammals and waterfowl to varied forms of aquatic life. So, if you are overfishing them, you are taking away the eagle's main food source. And obviously, that can wipe out seals, so we need to stop that. One main concern of the Pennsylvania Board and Game of Commissions Office says is poachers who are setting their sights on eagles. They ask if you have any information on eagles killings that you call 814-643-1831 or 814-643-9635. Any information you have that could be leading to the
information you have could be the information that leads to saving an eagle's life. They are also asking you to be extra careful of the bald eagles while hunting. When there is a definite answer on how this eagle death occurred, we will be sure to report it to you live from the scene with all the details.
That is truly fascinating.
Today, right now, you can see it's windy with wind gusts to about 20 miles per hour, overcast skies. We're going to have a 20% chance of rain in the PM hours that could turn into a little bit of minor flooding.
Thank you for watching JKH's news reporting live from San Francisco. He gets emotional.
I've been Jackson Bennick on the sports segment.
I'm Karla with your weather, Saidie Curley with your local,
And Heather Scribner with your world news.
Tune in next Monday, 5 o'clock Central.
Thank you for watching.